In this video, we will take a look at how we can receive an SD-JWT VC IETF credential using the walt.id wallet API. Now, here on the screen, we can see the ID wallet, which is the front end, which is powered by the wallet API, which we will be using mainly. To issue the credential, we will be using the walt.id portal, which is powered in the background by the walt.id issuer API. Now, to receive a credential, there are multiple ways in which the issuer can communicate the credential offer to a wallet. So for example, if we now click here on Bank ID, select the IETF SD-JWT format and click issue, we can see those already on the screen. First of all, we can see a QR code, which is basically a rendered out version of the OpenID for VCI offer URL. So if I quickly copy here this offer URL, we can also see how this looks like. Now, when we decode this and quickly go here to the credential offer URI, we can also see the offer that is then communicated to the wallet, which says that here's a bank ID in the SD-JWT format offered, which then the wallet uses to communicate then later with the issuer to first request the issuer metadata and do a token exchange using this pre-authorized code here to get an access token with which then the wallet can claim the actual credential from the issuer. Now, all of these different steps, which are coming from the OID for VCI protocol, are handled by the wallet API autonomously. So you don't need to worry about them when implementing a digital ID wallet. The only thing we care about is this offer URL. But the way you now implement the wallet interface to receive the credential is up to you. So you could provide basically an input field where the user provides the offer URL. Or you provide access to a camera, like here on a mobile device, where then a user could scan a QR code like this here, which is basically a rendered out version of the offer URL. And then you just pass it back in the background to this URL, which you then can provide to the wallet API. Another option is, which we can also see right here, a redirect. So when I click this, I actually land here in the wallet front end, and the offer request is communicated then as a query parameter here in the URL. So there are at the end different ways on which your wallet can then handle these offer requests, at the end then transforming them to this offer URL, which you can then pass to the wallet API. And this is now what we will do. So quickly going back here to the portal, I will again select here the IETF SD-JWT format. I will copy this offer URL and now go to the wallet API. So here in the wallet API, I'm already logged in as a user. If you don't have yet an account, you could just go here and register one and then use this login endpoint to log in. Also important because there are multiple wallet accounts or multiple wallets by account. It's important that you also call this endpoint here and get your wallet ID, which you then use in the next step when we receive the credential. So now I already logged in and I have my wallet ID. So I can go now to this credential exchange section here and now go to the use offer request endpoint. Now, what I need to provide here is the offer URL. Also here, I provide my wallet ID. Now, the STID here is an optional field because by default, when you set up the wallet API, it is configured that it always creates, when a user creates a new account, a set of keys and a DID in the DID-JWT format. Now, in case the user does have multiple DIDs in his wallet, you can provide the user here with the option to select a specific DID. I will just leave it here and then the default DID will be used. Now, when I execute this, we will notice that I now have this credential in my wallet, which is great. But when you implement a wallet, a user-facing wallet, it's important that you add on a front-end level another step. Now, let me show you what I mean by this. we can also see now here in the front-end web interface, which is hooked up to the wallet API, that I have now my bank ID. But let's now go quickly again to the portal. And if I now use an EID here, go through the same steps and issue, and open this in the web wallet, we can see this interface where I as a user can now choose if I actually want to get this credential in my wallet, or if I want to decline. And this is also something that you would be implementing in your front-end application. Now, how you can now render out the screen, you can use what we previously saw in the offer URL. So in this credential offer, we have this credential offer URI, and when we visit this, we get this credential offer. And so here we can already see which type of credential configuration IDs are offered. And so we can use this information to render it out to the user in this intermediate screen. Now, another option is, because we also have here, of course, the issuer information. And if we quickly go here to our issuer API, all of the issuers which follow the walt.id for VCI standard will have this well-known endpoint. And when we call this endpoint and now take this credential configuration ID here and search for it, we will find it also here in this well-known endpoint. And here we also see information about the format, the VCT type, and other information, which we can also use to do the rendering of this intermediate screen. Now, what's also interesting, and we quickly search here for display, an issuer could also configure this specific credential configuration ID to have certain display properties. And here could also be things like the name, a logo maybe, even the local information, a description, background color and background image, and text color, which can be used to change the way this credential is presented to a user in this intermediate screen, for example. At the end, as an API user, you will only need to use this one specific endpoint to get the credential from an issuer into your wallet. And the wallet API will handle all of the exchanges in the background which are required by the walt.id for VCI protocol. I will link in the description a link to this written guide which you can follow along step by step to also achieve the same results we did. I will also link the portal I used as well as the web wallet interface. So you can also go there, create an account and receive a credential using our portal. And with that, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Happy building and see you next time.